May I ask you to part with your blanket? We couldn't afford the heat this year. May I use this arm? Is it okay for me to muscle test you? Okay, I should say energy test. So, all right, so we test for over energy like this. She doesn't have it. If she did, we would do the correction. The 5-finger quick test, may I touch you here, is like this. You plug your, remember we learned about the positive and negative charge of the fingers? So you plug into the person's energy system and you test. And if their energy system is resilient and strong, you'll get a strong indicator muscle, but if it switches off, then you need to do a correction. That's the 5-finger quick test for switching. And you know, there are many paths to correct energy imbalances in the inner clarity system. If a switching is indicated, we do the K27's lips and tail. That's the correction that we use for the switching. We check for the 8 flow, right? The Tibetan 8. So we have an 8 flow on the front and back of the body. You have 8 flows all over the place. But the main ones are, there's a big one on the front of the body and there's a big one on the back of the body. This is from Tibetan medicine. And so to check it, you do a fuzzy glove. How many people know this? Okay, so you know it. So you just whoosh like that and you check and you do the same thing in the back. And if it's off, you do the correction. These are the clearing steps to ensure that we're getting accurate feedback from the indicator muscle. Because if you don't check for these things, you don't know if you're getting a good feedback, right? These are inclemencies. So if somebody has over energy, if they're switched, if they have a disturbed 8 flow, if they have subtle or subclinical dehydration, may I pull your hair? So I pull her hair and she's good. And otherwise she drinks water. And then we check for presence in the moment. Do you know about that one? How many of you check for that? Okay, not very many. So it's important to do this because it can throw off the testing. All right, so please tell me your first name.
Virginie.
Virginie, okay. So would you please say, I am Virginie here and now?
I am Virginie here and now.
And I check, and it's nice and strong. And we also have to check the other side, right? Because we need to get both of the brains in there. I'm going to test in the clear.
I'm Virginie here now.
Okay. And that one actually doesn't feel...
I am V here now.
I don't know. So she tried 2 different names. I'm not getting a strong. Will you try Virginie once again?
I am Virginie.
Here and now. Yeah, does it feel strong to you?
Not so strong.
No, not so strong. Doesn't to me either. So, okay. Well, how nice. Don't you love that? Okay, so can I play a little bit? All right. So when we're checking presence in the moment, we're checking 3 parameters. I am Virginie. We're checking, is she who she says she is? This is not about truth or lie, please. The second thing is here. Is she here in this room, in the physical location? And now, is she in present time? So you're checking 3 different things. All right? I am Virginie here and now. Those are the 3 things that we're checking, and we're getting a week on this arm. And so we're going to break it apart now, just to see. So will you say, I am Virginie?
I am Virginie.
Okay, now that one feels kind of wobbly, but let's check the next one. I'm here?
I am here.
No, that's a definite no. I'm in the now?
I am in the now.
Okay, so the time thing is okay, but the physical location thing is a definite no. Do you know where you might be? She says New York. Okay, so will you say I'm in New York?
I'm in New York.
Yeah, and it's rock solid. So, yeah, and because that's where you live, right? Yeah, so, I mean, this happens when we travel sometimes. You know, part of our consciousness stays tied up somewhere else, at home, whatever, and then we end up not being fully present here and now. And it throws off the muscle testing, and it's a stressor to the system to not be here and now, who we are. So, okay, So we'll correct it. Yeah? You want to do a correction? So the correction, we know this side of the body is controlled by the opposing brain hemisphere and vice versa. So we have two brain hemispheres that are not in agreement. One of them is saying, I'm Virginie here and now. The other one is saying, no, I'm not. So we have to integrate the brain hemispheres. And do you know how to do a brain integration? So I'll show you first and then you do it. But when I do it, I'm going to say, I'm Debra here and now, okay? So you say, I am Virginie. So I stretch my arms out and I'm kind of visualizing that I have my two brains, here, represented by my hands, okay? So it goes like this. I am Debra here and now. 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 So you want to really clasp them together and then bring them to your heart, okay? I am Virginie here and now. I'm going to stand behind you so you don't have to even face them. It's kind of hard in front of an audience, but okay. And then we'll recheck it. See how we did. It's the beauty of kinesiology, right? You just recheck and see if it worked. Oh yeah, and it's rock solid now. I'm in New York? No. I'm here and now. Okay, good. All right. So maybe it's something you might consider adding to your clearing process because it's good to help a person be here and now. So another question, I will try to find another volunteer, I think. Thank you, okay? Is there somebody else who's feeling maybe a little off? Yes, thank you.